So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So off we go then. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself.
He's got full! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Kamu. Griezmann. That's an imaginative pass. That is good strength. And he's managed to get free. Kamu. Irwin. Oh, there's a probing ball. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Kaká. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
That's a good ball. Griezmann gets flagged offside. Some good persistent defending here. Irwin. That's a good ball out wide. Tries to cross. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. River Plate with the corner. They're first. McTominay clears. Cross from Irwin. Defending of the desperate variety. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, plenty of early set pieces here. That is some save from Khan! River Plate have their second corner now. Chiellini attempts a clearance. Indonesia have the chance to go the other way. So we're still where we started right now. McTominay, a player who needs no introduction. And this is Batistuta. Kamu producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And here's Batistuta. And it's Messi. He is starved of space and time. Zanetti crosses. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Nice looking ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Howson. Oh, this looks sharp. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. And the finish! There it is! First blood drawn. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter, not a lot more to add.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Irwin. Chiellini promptly onto that, and that is that. Zanetti. Now it's Batistuta. That is a great pick out. Gets into some space. That looks a good cross. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
And he cuts out the supply. Indonesia looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Decent chance! It's a goal! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
1 minute at a time.
Can he get onto this? Irwin. Now it's Messi. Zanetti. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each.
Around the stadium is strictly forbidden. Please use parking provided by the club or any other paid parking facilities in the area. Substitutions taking place.
And that's the second half started. He's a sharp little ball here. That's tidy. And it's Rijkaard. Oh, good ball! It's a really well-measured ball. The ball goes in.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rijkaard. Passing nice and neat. And he's lost his man here. Costa Curta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Batistuta. Knocks it out wide. Delivers with whip. That's a decent clearance. Mbappe. Kukçu is the team's great visionary. Now this could be a chance. Chance for a shot! McTominay. And it's Griezmann. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Albert Ferrer, delivered with swing. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And the shot! This time, surely! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Good piece of opportunism there, but wasn't able to turn it home in the end.
Indonesia can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Indonesia perhaps contemplating their next change here. And this is Griezmann. And one more try! It's in! Into the lead once more. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Indonesia take the lead. Kirkchu. And he's been shifted off it. And here's Kaka. Oh, can he finish? Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
River Plate really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And that is as far as they're going to go. It's a searching pass. And it's Griezmann. Oh, good spread. And it's Albert Ferrer. And that's played in low. Cleared without complication. And here's Griezmann. Mbappe. Oh, it's Batistuta. Goes looking wide. Oh, played through for the wide man. Oh, well played, well played.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable. River Plate really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Well timed, excellent interception. Albert Ferrer. He's picked his way through. That's a shade optimistic. McTominay. Albert Ferrer. David Villa looks to get on the end of this. Kaka. Rijkaard. And he's there to make the challenge. David Villa. Now he's got space here. Priol cuts it out. The final 5 minutes. Indonesia close now to seeing this one through to the end. Albert Ferrer. Indonesia clearly now in lead preservation mode. Passes short and sharp. Kaka. That has been cut short.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Has been indicated.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes. David Villa gets through. He's had a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! He's got a goal! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time.
And that will be it. Indonesia are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a...
Oh, smashing header! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Keeper's got good distance on that. And it's Albert Ferrer.
Christian Vieri will be so important today, Peter. He's a player that can hurt you in so many different ways.
And what might they be?
Well, he's got the power to bully defenders, the ability to hold up the ball, but what impresses me most about him is the pace to run in behind. Sometimes you really can go route one with him and he'll just do the rest. The guy's a tank.
And he's picked it up out wide. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. O'Shea cuts it out. And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, super ball. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And he was quick to react.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
He's in a great position here. He's found the way through. Lee Kang In was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Well-timed, excellent interception. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Villa. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Oh no, he's got that wrong. And that's a goal kick. Oh, good-looking ball. Marquinhos cuts out the pass. Xavi Alonso. Indonesia, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And here's Azar. Oh, it's come loose. Griezmann, a player who needs no introduction. Lee Kang In. Can he get it through? And he welcomes it in. Just the goal. Chance for a shot! There it is!
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
So we have our breakthrough.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Albert Ferrer. Nice looking ball.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Up he goes! And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Now it's Kokchu. Messi. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
Tries to play it through. That is a great pick out. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Messi has been caught there. It's a foul.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
Well, it was a chance, but meat and drink for the keeper.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
And this is Messi. And Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Indonesia with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's having a shot! Griezmann. Well, that looks a decent ball. Threads one in, and it's Roberto Carlos. And they win it back again. Indonesia do have a chance to counter here. And the shot's on here. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And there is the half-time whistle. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Indonesia head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. And we are already promptly back underway.
Indonesia definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Now it's Villa. Zanetti knocks it into space, and he plays one through. And it's Griezmann. Oh, no joy this time. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Indonesia clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Great vision. Crunching tackle. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And vicious ball here. Well read. Nice interception. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Oh no, that was never going to make it. Dinks one through. Just about up to the hour now. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Tries to pass it through.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Kukcu. Great run on the overlap here. And it's Albert Ferrer. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Tries a shot! And he's heaved it away. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Zanetti. And he's forced to go back. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Lee Kang in. Hazard. Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now, can they get him away? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
He's a sharp little ball here.
Indonesia surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro
Both
18.
sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Le numéro 17.
And this is Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos Really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Roberto Carlos. Oh, perfectly measured that. And this is Zico. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Played into space. That's beautifully weighted. And he shoots! They've scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Ah, you've got to love that. Concentration, conviction, contact, and sheer class.
Indonesia could not have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
And it's Messi. And here's Batistuta. Batistuta touches it back. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And that is as far as it goes. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started. Spain have clearly decided to play here with a 5-3-2 for Messi! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Cleared without hesitation. And this is Batistuta. Now, what about a counter-attack? For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Messi, and there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, just... and a chance! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So, a breakthrough already. Knocks it out wide. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Batistuta, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Indonesia leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Rummenigge, cross from Rummenigge. Batistuta gets flagged offside. Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. Albert Ferrer. But it's Thuram. And Zanetti. McTominay. Tries to play it through. It's Griezmann! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Spain upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Oh, nicely intercepted. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Now it's Griezmann. Passes short and sharp. Batistuta. Chance for a shot! He's scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Indonesia are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Foot in. Indonesia are looking to go forward now. Messi receives it in a wide position. Mateus. Pass somewhat off target. Albert Ferrer. And it's Albert Ferrer. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Zanetti. Nicely shaped ball. Albert Ferrer. Griezmann. There will be a throw-in. Rijkaard. And that has left him in a heap. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Batistuta. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Now it's Batistuta. They want to be quick to recover this. De Bruyne, looking for the run. And he's there to get it away. Messi. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Batistuta! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Batistuta deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Rijkaard. McTominay, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Griezmann, looking for options for movement. Oh, good ball. Goes for a shot! Zanetti gets rid. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Indonesia in control at half-time, 2-0.
Cambio de jugadores en España. El dorsal 13. El dorsal
And we're off again.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal
Zanetti.
13, Alexandre Pato. El dorsal 7. Bale.
Albert Ferrer. Turan. Rijkaard. That ball looks a good one. Rijkaard. And Mateus. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
De Bruyne. Now it's Pato. This looks promising. And this is De Bruyne. And this is Bale. Batistuta. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Messi. And this is Griezmann. Mateus.
Well, yet another interception and
Messi! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Indonesia have their second corner now. And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, super find. Khan claims comfortably. Indonesia are 2 up early in the second half. De Bruyne. And it's Pato. Bale. Pass is just off target. Albert Ferrer. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Messi. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Bale. Pato. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He's through and all alone. Big chance. Relentless. Just relentless. And they are pulling clear here. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
A case now of complete control. Messi. Rijkaard. Pato. Batistuta. That's been slipped through. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Indonesia clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
It's loose now and they want to get it back. Can he get on the end of this? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
The pass has gone astray. And they win it back again. Now it's Griezmann. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Griezmann. Now it's Batistuta. And it's been played through. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. Well, that's well spotted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Griezmann. There's the shot! And he should have made it 4.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Cleared away. Now it's Messi. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Just eases him off the ball. And that is expertly dealt with. McTominay with the slide tackle there. Great ball. Batistuta! And that will be it. Oh, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect to win. They will relish having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was